So I basically just became really interested in North Korea for a while. I was watching documentaries and reading a lot of books on the subject. The Inside North Korea National Geographic documentary. This reporter and this surgeon who are going in to help people who are going blind in North Korea and repair their eyesight. Very simple thing to fix hair, but over there, you're blind, basically. So they're going in and fixing it for everybody. It talked about the history of North Korea and how it got to that point and everything. So that was the first thing that started to really interest me. So I just started looking more into it from there and reading like Nothing to Envy by Barbara Dimmock and
Under the Loving Care of the Fatherly Leader
by Bradley K. Martin. I think the thing that started to like hit me the most and something that I noticed wasn't talked about as much amongst my peers and just the news really was the people that are living under this oppressive regime. It seems like we mostly focus on their nuclear program. Anytime I talk to somebody about North Korea, it seemed to be first going to, you know, that creepy YouTube video of it, and we all laugh at it because it's so absurd. Of course you're gonna laugh at it. It is such a bizarre world. It feels too impossible to be real. So we fear and laugh at them, I guess. And you just don't really think about the people that are actually in there. There was a brief mention in Mr. Martin's book, just relating the Kims to Santa Claus. There's even a museum in North Korea that's dedicated exclusively to gifts that he's received. So it's just a museum full of gifts, which I mean, Santa Claus, he would have a museum full of gifts, like of course. So I don't know, it just like all kind of worked together, and I wanted to tell a story about North Korea, but I didn't really want to tell it directly about North Korea because biopics just aren't something that I personally gravitate towards in my writing or anything. That I seem to gravitate a little more towards dark comedy or satire or horror or something. So I wanted to do something that was a little more in my voice because the stories that are all in All Ye Faithful are all real stories by North Korean defectors that are pretty much plucked directly from Martin's book and Dimmock's book. Okay, the actual North Korean story is a boy who found out about this little clasp on the back of the TV that you can tear off and has channel buttons on it. He found out about that and he changed the channel to the world news. And just that limited vision of the world at that age helped me establish a connection. That moment, I think, at a certain point in your life where you realize that Santa's not real. They're experiencing this very godly portrait of Santa Claus in the story, but then once he, undoes that clasp and finds those other channel buttons on the TV, you find out the truth behind it and you find out Santa isn't real. The way we've been treating this man up there isn't the correct way that we should have been treating him. I don't remember exactly when I stopped believing, but I definitely held on to that belief longer than most kids. I wanted that dude to be real. And especially, remember the last note I got from Santa Claus was, my dad just like blatantly in his handwriting, and it said something like, you might be this age, but it's nice that you still believe. But it was like the way he worded it, I forgot what exactly it said, but the way he worded it was like, you gotta stop, kid. Just stop. But I didn't want to, because you're putting them in the mailbox and you wrote down North Pole, so obviously it was going to the North Pole. Thank you so much for watching. Be awesome if you checked out the campaign. Sharing on Facebook, Twitter, anything would be amazing. Donation would be phenomenal, but if you can't do that, whatever you can do to help us out would be fantastic. So thanks for all the support.